air on Nightcomsat. President Bola Tinubu has sworn in the acting Chief Justice of Nigeria, Kudirat Kekere-Ekun, confirming the development. The President's Special Advisor on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, stated that the President is breaking his private visits to France for the swearing-in of the Chief Justice of Nigeria. Onanuga noted that the swearing-in ceremony held at the Council Chamber of Aso Rock Presidential Villa in Abuja. Elsewhere, Minister of Water Resources and Sanitation, Professor Joseph Utstev, has reiterated the commitment of President Bola Tinubu's administration to the completion of all abandoned and inherited projects in the citizens' interest. Utstev spoke during an inspection tour of the Ogbese multipurpose dam along Ikere-Ekiti, Ise-Ekiti Road in Ekiti State, where construction began in 2009 but stalled owing to a lack of funds. The minister, who said Tinubu had approved funds for the completion of the project targeted at providing water, generating hydropower and serving irrigation purposes, assured that the job would be completed soon. Let's talk some business now. The Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Ibom Power Company in Akwa Ibom State, Mayen Echukudo, has stated that the prolonged power outage in the state is due to lack of gas supply and the disconnection of the Abai 2 transmission line. The state has had a prolonged power outage, which has lasted for more than 10 days now, leading to the falling up of many small-scale businesses in the state. Addressing newsmen in his office in Uyo, Etokudo attributed the power outage in the state to a lack of gas supply to Ibom Power Company and explained that whenever there is a lack of gas supply, Akwa Ibom receives power from the national grid only through the Abai 2 transmission line. The federal government has launched the National Single Window Project to boost Nigeria's trade and economic growth. Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, kicked off the launch of the transformative initiative, which aims to streamline trade processes, reduce bottlenecks, and increase transparency, positioning Nigeria for economic growth. A statement from the Ministry of Finance, signed by Mohammed Manga, Director, Information and Public Relations, says the project is spearheaded by the Federal Inland Revenue Service and the Nigerian Sovereign Investment Authority, seeking to create a centralized platform where traders can submit and receive information related to import and export procedures. On the foreign scene, the Disaster Management and Relief Ministry in Bangladesh says at least 13 people have been killed and 4.5 million affected by floods triggered by heavy rains. The South Asian nation of 170 million people, crisscrossed by hundreds of rivers, has seen frequent floods in recent decades. The Global Climate Risk Index says Bangladesh is among the countries most vulnerable to disasters and climate change. Let's turn to the United States now, where former President Donald Trump has held his first outdoor campaign event since an assassination attempt, lobbying insults at his surging Democratic opponent Kamala Harris from behind bulletproof glass at a rally in the battleground state of North Carolina. Trump, 78, speaking against the backdrop of vintage warplanes at an aviation museum, called Harris the most radical left person ever to run for the White House and claimed that millions of jobs will vanish overnight if it was his first big outdoor event, being lightly wounded in an attempted assassination at a similarly open site in Butler, Pennsylvania, just about a month ago. As we end our news brief now, let's take a look at some sport for you. Nigeria's women under-19 cricket team, otherwise known as the Junior Female Yellow Greens, are having an extended time to prepare for their upcoming 2025 under-19 T20 World Cup qualifiers following the rearrangement of the tournament in Kigali, Rwanda. The tournament is the second edition and will be played from January 8 to February 2nd, 2025 in Malaysia, featuring 16 teams. Nigeria were initially billed to play in a two-group tournament of 7 teams each, but the late inclusion of Zimbabwe resulted in the withdrawal of the top 4 sides from the series to form another division. And that's your news brief, and it came to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja, on Global Television. Just a quick reminder that we are on DSTV channel 365, start times 276, and free to air on Nightcomsat. I'm Uyag Mofwebe. Thank you for watching. We'll see you again.